top story at this hour: snipers, drones, sharpshooters, all of them were deployed as the Union Minister, the Home Minister Amit Shah, made his first visit to Jammu and Kashmir since Article 370 was abrogated on the 5th of August 2019. And the visit comes at a time when the Union Territory is spooked with the targeted killings of civilians and the heightened terrorism by Pakistani-backed outfits.
Calling the move irreversible, the architect of the abrogation of Article 370 defended the move, calling the communication blockade and curfew imposed in Kashmir after 5th of August 2019 a bitter pill that saved lives in Kashmir.
यहाँ कर्फ्यू क्यों डाला गया है? यहाँ इंटरनेट क्यों बंद कर दिया गया? 70 साल आपके 3 परिवारों ने ही यहाँ राज करा है। हम तो 2-2.5 साल राज में रहे। 3 परिवारों ने राज किया है। 40,000 लोग क्यों मारे गए? क्या जवाब है आपके पास? कौन बचा है? कश्मीर का युवा बचा है। इंटरनेट बंद किया, कश्मीर का युवा बचा है।
On his first visit to Kashmir since Jammu and Kashmir was stripped of its statehood and special constitutional status over 2 years ago, the Home Minister reviewed the security situation in the Union Territory with top army, police, paramilitary and intelligence officers in the wake of a recent spate of targeted attacks on civilians and an ongoing anti-militancy operation in Poonch. This month, 11 civilians, most of them migrant workers and members of minorities in Kashmir, have been killed. The incidents have led to exodus of large number of migrant workers and Kashmiri Pandit employees living in transit camps. In Poonch, the army has been engaged in a tough anti-militancy operation for the last 13 days. 9 soldiers, including 2 officers, have been killed in action in a region that was free from militancy since 2003 and is seeing a worrying resurgence of terrorism now, which is proving to be a major security challenge. Still, the Home Minister says that the abrogation of special status has changed Kashmir's narrative from terrorism to development. The Home Minister also reiterated the government's intention to restore the statehood of Jammu and Kashmir.
डिलिमिटेशन रोकना, क्यों रोकना? क्योंकि हमारी राजनीति का नुकसान होता है। भाई अब कश्मीर में ऐसा कुछ रुकने वाला नहीं है। कश्मीर के युवाओं को मौका मिले, इसलिए अच्छा डिलिमिटेशन भी होगा। डिलिमिटेशन के बाद चुनाव भी होगा और फिर से स्टेटहुड का स्टेटस भी वापस।
Amid heavy rains and snowfall in Kashmir, unprecedented security arrangements were in place in Srinagar in preparation for the Home Minister's visit. The famed Dal Lake bore a deserted look, out of bounds for the public.
कुछ कमाई हुई आज दिन को? हाँ? 1 रुपया भी नहीं कमाया। क्या हो रहा है? क्या अब तो 2-3 दिन ऐसे रहना या? हाँ? हाँ। तो बिल्कुल कोई यहाँ नहीं आया।
On the first day of his Kashmir visit, Home Minister Amit Shah tried to send a message that there is a positive change in Kashmir for last 2 years of the abrogation of special status. He defended world's longest internet shutdown and curfew in Kashmir that was imposed after abrogation of special status in August 2019. Many believe the facts on the ground may not match what Amit Shah said, especially in the wake of recent spike in violence and militancy. In Srinagar, Nazir Masoodi, 5ND-TV.
And states must ensure that coronavirus precautions are followed strictly during the festive season. The government has said in an advisory on Saturday, listing measures like promoting online shopping and avoiding unnecessary travel to stop infection rates from spiraling as they have done in other countries. The government has suggested measures like promoting online models of celebrations like online shopping, discouraging unnecessary travel and strictly following COVID guidelines during festival celebrations. And in some horrific news from the national capital, a 6-year-old child, a 6-year-old girl, has been raped in Delhi. That's what the police have said on Saturday. The survivor is currently being treated at the Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital in the national capital. The incident took place on Saturday morning when This girl had gone to eat at a langar in the neighborhood. The child's father is a daily wage laborer, and CCTV footage from the area shows the accused with the girl. You can see in a video the young child is following this accused from the market. The police have registered a case including sections of the tough law against sexual abuse of children, POSCO, but the accused hasn't been identified yet. And the Congress has sounded the poll bugle for the upcoming assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh. Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra kick-started a yatra titled the Pratigya Yatra to take to the people various schemes, various welfare schemes that the party promises to implement if it comes to power. Flagging off the Pratigya Yatra in Barabanki, the Congress General Secretary in charge of UP announced several poll promises including a complete farm loan waiver, free smartphones and e-scooties for girls if the party comes to power in the state. The Congress Central Election Committee also met on Saturday evening on the UP polls, and sources say the first list of around 50 candidates was cleared in this meeting. And staying with Padyatra, a new political party and leader in Telangana, Y.S. Sharmila, daughter of the undivided Andhra Pradesh late Chief Minister Y.S. Rajshekhar Reddy, set off on a Padyatra tour across Telangana, just like her father did in 2003, after which he became the Chief Minister the next year.
Over the next 400 days, Y.S. Sharmila will walk 4,000 kilometers covering 90 out of 119 assembly constituencies in Telangana, hoping to replicate what her father did after Padyatra in 2004 when he became Chief Minister of undivided Andhra Pradesh. Sharmila launched the YSR Telangana party on her father's birthday on the 8th of July. Her brother, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, has distanced himself from her political plans. Why did you decide to come into politics, and why not Andhra Pradesh and why Telangana?
Well, in Andhra Pradesh it seems like Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy is doing a good job, and in Telangana it seems like neither the government nor the opposition is doing any of their job wrong.
Your brother, in a sense, has distanced himself from what Here, Sharmila is participating in the Batkamma dance to show herself as a Telangana Bidda or daughter of Telangana. Sharmila would hope to tap into disappointments with the TRS rule while promising YSR rule as the answer to that. That is why Sharmila interacting with the villagers of Gollapalli. This is what she'll be attempting to do through this 4,000 kilometer yatra over the next 1 year. And it's not a coincidence that her yatra is also called Prajaprasthanam, just like YSR's yatra was called in 2003. With camera person Nagraju, Kumar Sudhi, NDTV.
And Foreign Secretary Elizabeth Truss is the new face of Global Britain, and she spoke with the NDTV's Vishnu Som about the COVID-19 vaccine certificate controversy and UK-India ties.
I must ask you about the vaccines first off. What was the confusion all about?
Well, the confusion's now been sorted out, so those vaccines have been approved and we are enabling people to come with those vaccines. And I think it's a huge achievement of the Indian government that you now have got 1 billion people in India vaccinated. And it's through the work of both India and the UK developing the AstraZeneca vaccine, producing it here in India in the Serum Institute, and that's a fantastic success. I'm delighted that certificate's now been recognised.
Yes. Why did it take so much time?
Well, you know what these bureaucratic processes are like sometimes. They can take a bit of time, but I was determined that we would get it resolved, and we have got it resolved.
Would you like to see India as a part of AUKUS in the future?
Well, AUKUS is a particular arrangement which is really focused on nuclear-powered submarines and intelligence and defence cooperation. what we do want to do is build a closer defence and intelligence cooperation arrangement with India, and I was in Delhi yesterday talking with Minister Jai Shankar about precisely that, and who knows how things might develop, but I know of course that Australia is also a key ally of India, as is the United States, so we're certainly very keen to broaden our relationships, to deepen our relationships with key allies that we trust, and India is absolutely in that category.
Of course, we can bring you that interview in its entirety. It's an exclusive. It's coming up tomorrow on NDTV. More time now for a special report. People, Indians, peacefully offering namaz at an open site, a site that's designated for prayer in Haryana's Gurugram, were disrupted yet again by Hindu right-wing groups on Friday. This is not the first time, and again in the presence of the police.
Hindu groups chant Jai Shri Ram at a gathering of Muslims peacefully offering Friday namaz prayers in Gurugram. Separating the two groups just 10 meters apart was a massive police cordon. Last week, at another namaz site, protesters raised slogans and played bhajans on loudspeaker to disrupt the 20-minute afternoon prayer. Yesterday was the latest and most aggressive instance of right-wing Hindu groups disrupting Friday prayers in Gurugram. In all, there have been an estimated 8 instances in 1.5 months. Local Muslim groups say that all of the sites where disruptions took place are on this list of 37 designated sites where Muslims are allowed to pray in the open by district administrations since 2018.
तो मजबूरी में ओपन स्पेस में जुमे की नमाज क्योंकि बिना गैदरिंग के नहीं होती, तो ये रीज़न रहा ओपन स्पेस में नमाज पढ़ने का। सच्चाई है हम उसी जगह पर नमाज पढ़ते हैं जो जगह चिन्हित हुई है, जो प्रशासन के और हमारे बीच में सहमति बनी है। उसके अंदर दोनों समुदाय की।
But the man leading the protesters says the permission was given only for a day.
और वहाँ पर ये तय होता है ये स्थान चिन्हित कर दिया।
2018 के अंदर मुस्लिम समुदाय और हिंदू समुदाय, उसमें हम भी शामिल थे, प्रशासन के माध्यम से बैठकर बातचीत हुई थी और केवल एक दिन के लिए, उस समय रोजे चल रहे थे, और केवल एक दिन के लिए अनुमति प्रदान की गई थी।
Local Muslims deny this, claiming they have been praying here since 2018 with police coordination. The presence of the police, they say, indicates that their gatherings are not illegal.
If you check the records from the police, you know, all through 2018 till 21, the police from respective police thana or stations of that sector has been deployed at all these locations to provide security, because they know these troublemakers often try to disrupt Jummah namaz.
The claim of Hindu groups is that the residents of this area are protesting against the namaz being offered here. But the people who own this shop and have been here for almost 30 years say that they didn't recognize any of the people who came here to protest. ऐसा पहले कभी हुआ है?
कभी नहीं हुआ। हम सब एक तरह रहते हैं।
The man leading the protesters, Kulbhushan Bhardwaj, is a former BJP district president and lawyer. Bhardwaj warned that his group will not stop their disruptions.
अगर वहाँ पर नमाज अदा हुई तो वहाँ पर जो भी घटना घटेगी उसके लिए जिम्मेदार शासन और प्रशासन होगा।
क्या घटना घटेगी?
वो तो विरोध करेंगे हम अपना, उसमें जो भी कुछ होगा, कुछ भी हो सकता है वहाँ पर।
A sense of fear has spread across Gurgaon. An imam who leads Friday namaz at one of the designated sites was threatened last night.
और जो 40 की नमाज है मैं लिखित में मैं दे चुका हूँ, सचिव साहब को बोल चुका हूँ नमाज नहीं पढ़ूंगा, तो 2 बार उन्होंने जय श्री राम के लिए मजबूर किया।
The need for makeshift prayer sites like this parking lot is because there are only 9 mosques in all of Gurgaon, most of which are very small. But even this small space allotted for namaz has led to a hostile atmosphere and death threats for some. With Sanjay Kaushik, Meher Pandey for NDTV.
Now, the Punjab Chief Minister on Saturday reiterated his support to the farmers agitating since the past 1 year against the 3 black farm laws enacted by the union government. While his cavalcade was passing through the Ropkar Chamkaur Sahib Road, the Chief Minister cited farmers sitting on a dharna on a toll plaza near a village and immediately asked his security to stop, went to the site of the dharna and expressed complete solidarity with the farmers, reiterating his support to their what he called a just struggle being waged by the farming community.
अपनी वचनबद्धता दोहराउण वास्ते आया कि पंजाब सरकार किसान एजीटेशन दे नाल है। मैं यही बेनती करना आ कि किसी तरह भी पंजाब सरकार जो भी इस धरने विच कर सकती है वो सारा कुछ किसानां दे हक दे विच, किसान मजदूर एकता दे हक दे विच, काले कानूनां जिहड़े केंद्र सरकार ने बनाए हैं उन्हां दे खिलाफ पंजाब सरकार किसानां दे नाल खड़ी है। इसे करके मैं अज इत्थे धरने ते इन्हां दे विचकार आके बैठे हाँ।